So the big question is this: how do you lose all the weight that you want and actually keep it off for the rest of your life, while trying to make sense of all the noise that comes from the weight loss industry? That is the question. And this podcast will give you the answers.
G'day guys, welcome to the next episode of the Weight Loss Secrets podcast. My name's Baron Grant and I'm wrapped to be with you for another day, another tip, another idea, something that's going to be able to help you make all the changes you need to lose all the weight you want and keep it off for the rest of your life, make that real lifestyle change. And the topic that we're going to talk about today is, are you eating too many calories? Now, before I jump into that, make sure you head to ditchingthediet.com where you can download my book, get on a program, book a call directly with me, and I can help you on your journey. So if you're frustrated and had enough and you're overweight by 20 kilos or 10 or 5 or 45, there's someone that can actually help you and we can chat on the phone and I can help you on your journey. So click that button on the top right-hand corner of the page and you can jump on a call with me. So the question is, are you eating too many calories? Now, this comes from a chat that I had this morning with a really good mate of mine. So this morning I went off to give blood and we give blood together, me and my mate, we try to book it in together. And as we were sitting there, by the way, it was not a nice experience this morning because they tried in one arm and didn't put it in quite correctly and it hurt like hell. And so they took it out of there and put it in the other arm and it was really slow. And so I was there for a couple of hours getting blood drawn out of me. So I had a bit of time for a chat. So I was there with my mate and we were chatting about lots of different things. And then he says to me, because we've known each other for a long time and he knows what I do for work, he says, "Baron, I've got a confession to make." He said, "I'm cheating on you." And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, "I'm doing a different weight loss program." Now, he's never done anything with me, and so we had a bit of a laugh about that. And he just recently finished doing another program. Maybe I shouldn't mention what they are, but and he said he's on this new program. Now, on this program, he told me that he's lost some weight, and I said, "How much have you lost?" He said, "I've lost 5 kilos in 10 weeks. Okay, and then we spoke a bit more about the type of food that he was eating and what he was doing. I asked him if he was counting calories, and he said, yeah, he's counting calories. And I said, all right, so how much are you eating a day? And so we started having this big discussion about it. Interestingly enough, something he said to me stood out right at the very start. He said, I've lost 5 kilos in 10 weeks, but I haven't lost anything for about 4 weeks or so. So he's stopped losing. So he's gone boonk and then stopped losing. And he said he's in a plateau. And I said, plateaus are bullcrap. Plateaus are just because you're doing it the wrong way. And he went, oh, okay. So we had a discussion about that too. But the topic I really want to focus on today is the number of calories. So the people that he's working with told him that he needs to be eating somewhere between 1,700 calories a day and 2,300 calories a day, depending on the amount of exercise that he's doing. And so we discussed the pros and cons of that. And I said to him, look, I believe your basal metabolic rate will be somewhere around 1,700 calories a day. Based on your age, your height, and your weight, I think you'd be somewhere around that. And he said, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to eat 1,700 calories a day. I said, no, that is the amount of calories your body needs for function, for living. If you don't eat below that, good luck losing weight. He said, yeah, but I'm exercising. I said, yeah, but if you go and do a big workout, it's only going to be 450 or 500 calories. And then if you eat the wrong thing, that's not super low calorie or super low carb, then all that work's undone in 30 seconds anyway. So we had this sort of discussion as well, but I thought it was interesting that their recommendation was 1,700 to 2,300. He's not going to really lose a lot of weight. And I said, at the start, you would have lost a little bit of weight because you've changed your food and there's different stuff going on in your body and you've reduced a bit of sugar and that sort of stuff. So obviously you got an initial kick, but this is what I see all the time, is that people are eating too many calories because somebody told them that they need to eat 2,000 calories a day. And so he stopped losing weight. And I explained to him how he's got to eat below his basal metabolic rate. If you want to guarantee weight loss, you have to eat below it because it's only when we're below it that our body actually uses our fat stores to make up the difference. Interestingly enough, I said, all right, so let's actually plug it in and figure out what your BMR is. And it was 1698. So we had a bit of a laugh about that I guess it was around 1,700, but that's what his body needs. So you've got to get serious. If you want to lose weight, you can't eat bucket loads of calories. This philosophy of you need to eat more calories is great if you're wanting to build large amounts of muscle, right? It's great. Eat more calories, 100%. But if you're trying to lose weight, the concept can never be eat more calories. It has to be eat less calories. But remember, eating less calories doesn't necessarily mean less food. And so ensuring you eat the right type of calories will also play a role. So it's not just about calorie numbers, right? Not all calories are created equal. But with all that said, first and foremost, for my mate to start losing weight again, he needs to reduce the number of calories that are coming into his mouth. And then bang, he will start losing weight again. But remember, your basal metabolic rate, or the calories, amount of food, amount of energy that you need every day, decreases as you lose weight. It decreases as you get older. So it's a movable target. So I don't think you should count calories for long-term sustainability, but he's on the path of counting calories. So if that's the case, then you've got to make sure that you get underneath your basal metabolic rate. So you're going to hear from a lot of personal trainers and things like that. I mean, I've been a PT for 20 years, but lots of people have different views, and you're going to hear from a lot of personal trainers who will tell you you must eat more calories. You're not eating enough calories, that's why you're not losing weight. That's bullcrap. You don't need to eat more calories to lose weight. You need to eat less calories to lose weight. Remember, your body, if you're 20 kilos overweight, your body has 20 kilos of excess energy that is stored. That's how I want you to think about it. It's just energy that's stored in your body. You got to find a way for your body to access that energy without hating life. That's all weight loss is, right? It's about finding a way to get your body to access your stored energy, which is your fat. So you've got to get your body to get hold of that. But if you do it in the wrong way, then you absolutely will hate life, because you'll be starving, or you'll just be living off shakes. Or that's why getting the right food in and eating lots of food is an important part of that journey. So if you're really wanting to make change in your life, you have to understand that you must eat below your basal metabolic rate. You have to eat less calories than what your body requires for basic living every day. Because if you don't, it can't access those stores. Think about it for a second. If you're eating, if your BMR is 1700 and you put 1700 calories into your mouth, it can just live off the food you're putting into your mouth. That's it. It's no need for it to go and take extra effort in turning something else into energy, because when we eat and we have glucose, that's the easiest energy for our body to access. And so food coming into our mouth is the easiest for your body to grab onto. It has to work harder to create it out of fat stores. So it doesn't want to do that, your body. It's going to try and take it from the food that you're putting in your mouth. So that's why calorie deficit is literally the only way we can lose weight. And people just don't tell the truth. Is probably I don't think people are deliberately trying to lie, but they make up stories to make people feel better about themselves about eating more food or eating more calories. So making good choices about your food will allow you to get your calories low enough for your body to actually lose weight. And so if you've done that, if you're like my mate and you've gone boom and you've lost a bit of weight early, which everybody does, right? Lost a little bit of weight early and then you've plateaued, that means you're not doing it right. Plateaus on a weight loss journey don't happen when you're doing it right. Like it will continue to drop if you understand basic stuff about the way the body is built and the way the body operates. So if you eat the right types of food, you won't have those 3 or 4 weeks of holding. Now, if you hold weight for a week, that's not really a plateau. That's your body you might have a bit of extra inflammation, you might have a little bit of water retention, but it should be dropping pretty consistently. Any more than a week, then you probably need to look at what you're doing and whether you're doing it correctly. So my recommendation today is have a look at the type of foods that you're eating. If you're counting calories, if you're not losing weight, are you eating too many? And it's highly likely that you could be eating too many. Otherwise, your weight will continue to drop. And remember, it's not just the calories. I know I'm speaking calories today. It's not just calorie intake. It's the type of calories that we intake. Because remember, carbs and sugar turn to fat much faster than other forms of food. So let's understand there's 2 levers that you got to pull, right? So we want to reduce calories because you've got to be in calorie deficit, but it's also carbs and sugar. So you've got to keep that in perspective as well. But if you're not losing weight, it is likely that you're actually consuming too many calories or too many of the wrong calories. Let's keep that in perspective. So are you eating below your BMR? If you're not, get on it, start eating below it, and you will start winning on this game. You got this. We'll chat soon.